Let's start, I guess, with my story. So basically I was, tragic story, but anyway, I was born perfectly healthy, and then my parents decided to give me a vaccine when I was little, about 2 years old, so I got the polio vaccine, and it was a live polio vaccine, and that basically paralyzed me. It gave me paralysis, and I had like seizures, and I was just basically all in this little ball, just all stuck up, and I couldn't move or anything. So my parents were trying to find the truth, and all these doctors were just saying that my health is going downhill, down, and no really solution. And then one day, I just got kind of fed up with all this stuff, and we're searching, like we went to the top doctors, and they started testing me and stuff, and finding out that I had like severe pain running through my whole body, and they didn't know what that was, and at that stage, I didn't even know what pain was, so I thought it was normal to have this like knife stabbing pain all through my body. And then when this one doctor expert found out that I had this pain running all through my body, I just broke down and started crying, because I realized that that wasn't normal. And I remember being a baby and I didn't have any pain or suffering, and all of a sudden I thought, geez, I'm in pain all the time. So I would actually go, whenever my parents would go to these experts, and they would check me out, they would say there's nothing they can do for me, and I would just take like an elevator up to the highest building, and I would get to where I could see the edge, and I would just go kind of play around there, because I wanted to actually jump off several times. And I was watching pigeons, and it just, because there was no answers, there was no solutions. And then I got really close to jumping one time, and this voice just came out of nowhere and said, don't jump. And then I kind of didn't listen. And then I went another time up, and then the voice said, don't jump, a solution is coming soon. And within a few days, my mom found a fasting book by Paul and Patricia Bragg called The Miracle of Fasting. And I was about 11 years old at that time. And more doctors were saying that by the time I hit puberty, I'm going to be dead, that that's it, that's all I'm going to be able to take. So immediately they started fasting me. And I did just 1 day fast. I got used to 1 day fasting just on water. And then I did 3 day fasting, and then 5 day, and then 7 day. And then I built up to 10 days. And then when I got comfortable with that, I went up to 15 days. And I started feeling kind of better. And then I started doing all the way up to 21 days. And when I started doing a couple 21-day water fasts, for the first time, I felt like this surge of energy come through me, and I started feeling alive, and my hands were tingling and my fingers were kind of moving, and a miracle happened. I started just slowly coming out of it to where I could move, and I'm really grateful for my parents not giving up on me, because they gave me physical therapy 3 times a day every day. So when they started seeing that I was improving, they were just stretching out my hands and my legs and massaging them like crazy and going back and forth. And basically with the water fasting and that physical therapy and massage from my parents, I got out of my challenge. So I started coming alive again and feeling really healthy and happy. And so that basically cured me. And then I started getting sick again after I would get done fasting. Of course, they say in that book you're supposed to eat all fresh fruits and vegetables. And I would do that for a while, and then I would get back into cooked food again, and then all of a sudden I get like severe stomach aches, or I'd get infections, or I had the onset of diabetes coming. And then I learned about raw food. My mom one day handed me this book from David Wolfe called Nature's First Law, which that information is a bit old and not so current and so good, but in there I basically learned that raw food is the way to go. And in that book, he said that only humans and pets get degenerative diseases because they cook their food. And when I heard that, that just rang a bell in my head, and I knew this was the way to go. And I just started eating all raw food, and basically really simple. I was eating just like fruits for breakfast and lunch, and then in dinner time, I would have a salad with one type of fat. And back then when I started, there was no really potlucks or anything going on, so I just ate real simple. And then 2 to 3 or 4 years later, they become like potlucks around and stuff, so we'd go to potlucks, and they had all this gourmet food, lots of nuts and seeds and things together, and I would eat that, and I would have a bellyache. So then I went back to eating simple again. So basically I learned through all that to just eat real simple, eat your fruits and your veggies, and mainly fruits, and they have to be ripe and in season. You know, things that are in season are really great. So I always ate real simple, and that basically took care of my juvenile diabetes, my toenails, my infections. One time a doctor wanted to cut off a toe because it was so infected, and raw food just cured everything for me. And it also picked up my mood, and I'm like happy 95% of the time. So this is why I want to share this happy message with you all.